What is the symbolism behind Jesus wearing a crown of thorns, bleeding terribly in front of so many people right before he dies? Not that this death is literal, in my opinion, it's all allegory, it's all parable. Use your discernment, it's just one point of view, but it helped me significantly better understand manifestation and what enlightenment really means. So when you've had your first ego death in your life, I can guarantee it was not enjoyable. I bet it was very painful. And that is exactly what the crown of thorns depicts. It's these thorns permeating through your skull, making you bleed because you died to the old version of who you are based on your old lack and fear and guilt, shame, judgments towards yourself. I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. No one will ever like me. I'm not smart. Does that sound familiar? Those are not beautiful things to experience, right? And when you understand that matrix means womb, and father, right, the father, being your thoughts, your imagination, your pineal gland, will impregnate the mother, okay? If matrix means womb, it means the matrix is the mother. And it gives birth to your heart, the emotional expression. So when you say, I'm ugly, I'm stupid, I'm a failure, right? And you feel that lack, and you feel that hate towards yourself, what are you doing? You're birthing that into the physical plane. Someone will judge you, someone will call you heavy, someone will say, oh, your skin's not nice, or whatever it might be. Very shallow judgments of yourself, right? Because you internally have very, very shallow judgments of yourself. And when we recognize that and we say, the reason why that person said that is because they're a mirror reflection of me, that is when you have an ego death. And that is why it's so damn painful, because you recognize you created that your entire life. Pain permeates your skull and makes you bleed because you feel like you backstabbed yourself. You feel like you were the idiot. But it's not your fault, because every media source since the beginning of time growing up has made you feel fear, guilt, lack, or shame. When I was growing up, it was so much about your weight, how old you looked, what kind of body type do you have, how many friends do you have, think Mean Girls. Great movie, but based on a truth. When people capitalize on knowing that your psychology is so malleable based on what you're subjected to, and they want to control you, unfortunately, they will make you feel those lower vibrational things. Because if you feel like crap, and they know you do, then they're going to sell you a product to make it better. But it never works. If you do not shift internally, nothing external will fix you. So that's when you decide you have to make a change, and you have to start talking to yourself a lot better. And that's why there's a crowd in front of you mocking you, because the majority does not do this. It's so much easier to play the victim card and get a way out, right? Blaming somebody else rather than someone doing the inner work, facing their own demons, right? The dark night of the soul. And make the internal shift for yourself. That is a lot of heavy lifting to do depending on how you grew up and what your beliefs are. But when you choose to do it because you have free will, you will be in permanence with the Father, which is in permanence with your spirit. And that's also why the crowd chose Barabbas over Jesus, because people only want to hear what they want to hear, right? You only want to relate to who you are like-minded with. Barabbas was a notorious prisoner and a rebel and a quote-unquote bad guy. And the crowd wanted him. Why? Because the crowd can relate to those lower frequencies. The crowd can't relate to higher frequency. The crowd can't relate to actually applying themselves to say, yeah, I am my own problem. You're right. They'd rather play the victim card because it's the easy way out. And now you can see how that translates to society.